Thank you for introduction. Hello everyone. I'm Hiroaki Mikami. Today, I talk about our research. It's about programmer's experimentations. First, I'll describe the target task of our research. The target task is micro-versioning. They are version control operations during exploratory programming. For example, please consider a programmer implements a text field. Then they switches to a drop-down list. And then they changes a background color. If they think a text field is better than a drop-down list, they revert to the text field version. This revert operations is a kind of micro-versioning. We conducted literature survey to clarify requirements for efficient micro-versioning tool. We examined previous studies and found that 3 requirements shown in this slide are needed. First, tools should have lightweight user interface. Second, they should visualize micro-versioning operations. Finally, they should have history model that generate meaningful candidates. Now, I'll describe current micro-versioning methods. Version control systems, such as Git, can be used for micro-versioning. They are designed for large-scale version control operations, but they rely on complex user interface, such as dialogues and menus. They also require users commit manually. Because of these problems, version control systems is not suitable for micro-versioning. Previous studies have shown that linear undo tools often used for micro-versioning, but user cannot undo old edits, so users sometimes cannot use undo tools. And these tools that don't provide any visual cues. Commenting out is also used for micro-versioning, but programmers often forget to uncomment out or comment out. So they need to remember content and positions of separated commenting out. Because of these problems, undo tools and commenting out are also not suitable for micro-versioning. Some researchers have proposed to solve these problems. I'll introduce supporting selective undo in a code editor, which is one of these researches. This research is for solving limitations of undo tools, and it proposed a new selective undo algorithm and a new visualization methods of edit histories. This tool doesn't need manual commit, and it can undo any edits. But it has several problems. First, it uses complex user interface, such as dialogues and menus, and it might generate meaningless text. For example, please consider a programmer replaces X from 1.0 with 2.0, then they revert to 1.0, and finally changes it to 3.0. If the user reads 2.0, the tool generates X equals 2.0, 3.0. This is inappropriate. Our research aims to solve these problems and proposed a novel tool for efficient micro-versioning. Before I explain the proposed tool, I'll demonstrate our prototype. This is the user interface of our prototype. It can be used as a text editor, and I'll edit an HTML in this demonstration. First, I change the background color of this web page from green to red. And click the preview button. Our tool updates the web page. And I change the background color again. And click the preview button. Our tool underlines the text blue as an indicator. It means that versioning operations related to the blue are available. When I click this marker, our tool shows the list of candidate versioning operations. In this case, there are two versioning operations. First is to revert the background color to green, and second is to revert it to red. If I want the background color to green, I click green. And our tool conducts micro-versioning operations. When the related text has multiple lines, our tool displays vertical lines. And when I click this marker, our tool shows the candidate list, and also displays changes of the candidate on the scroll bar. This ID equals age in the HTML is referred in the JavaScript, this age. So if I delete this HTML, I should also delete this JavaScript. But this code is at 12th line, so it's not shown in the text editor. But our tool visualizes changes outside of the current view. Next, I'll describe our tool. First, I'd like to talk about how to make the user interface lightweight. Our tool does not use the separate dialogues and menus. Users can conduct micro-versioning operations inside the text editor. Next, I'll talk about visual cues of our tool. Our tool shows the information about micro-versioning operations inside the text editor. For example, it always shows lines as indicators. These lines represent available versioning operations. Our tool also displays micro-versioning operations on the scroll bar. Users can see the information outside of the current view. Finally, I'll talk about the history model used in our tool. Before describing our model, I'll introduce the existing selective undo model proposed 2015. This model can undo any edits, but it might generate meaningless text. So we propose the extension of this original model to solve this limitation. I'll talk about our history model. Our model adds 4 new features to remove meaningless candidates. In this presentation, I'll talk about the first and the second features. First, I'll describe the first feature, grouping separated edit. Our model uses code executions as delimiters. For example, a user writes x equals 1.0 and executes, then changes from 1.0 to 2.0 and executes. Our model obtains 2 edits. First edit is to insert x equals 1.0, and the second edit is to replace it from 1.0 with 2.0. So far, I described grouping separated edit features. I'll describe the exclusive edit feature. First, I introduce an example that the original model generates.